for me is slide 7. I want to just ask one initial question. Is the recommendation that we're putting this back out for RFP? I think technically that's what we have to do, right?
That's what we're recommending, Councilwoman.
Oh, okay.
We know that there are many interested agencies that would like to have the ability to get some of these funds, so the competitive process will allow them to apply.
I agree with the recommendation. I think there are some, we're maybe altering the criteria just a little bit or shifting it, so it may open up the door to other nonprofits. So maybe I do agree with I don't like the idea of having to go back to I want to get this money into the hands of the nonprofits, but I think in order to do it the right way and include as many people as possible, or as many organizations as possible that serve as many people as possible, we should take our time to do it right. So I agree with the recommendation. Slide 7 is really the key one for me. I think these are all the impact areas that I feel strongly about. Of course, I've been advocating for fostered children aging out of the system. We've added the increased access to Narcan, substance abuse treatment, and then even legal services for families dealing with family violence. There's one criteria that I would add, and it's maybe a little more. We'd have to work out how to do that, but it was brought up. Our colleague here brought up how there weren't any nonprofits that were geographically in District 2, ish. Okay, well, I'll let you talk about it. But I would like to see them kind of evenly distributed. I know we use the Equity Atlas, but maybe just to see that they're more geographically spread out. So I'll let you speak to that if that's okay. But I do agree with that. I think that there needs to be not just serving the communities, but physically living in those communities. And the other ones, I mean, youth access to mental health, I think that's really key. Not just foster children, but at-risk youth. When we talk about mental health, and we talked a little bit about it in the last item, but the stigma and the difficulty that some populations have with reporting not only family violence, but their own mental health issues. I thank Dr. Alexander mentioning today that you are including mental health in your sermons. That's incredible. I've not heard that, and I think those are the ways that we're really going to change the stigma. I know, and right behind you, Ms. Carter, for her providing the safe space for domestic violence victims, and to reach out, and I'm sure by virtue of having dealt with that violence, they've got mental health issues. So there's a lot of nonprofits out there doing that work to help reduce the stigma, and so I thank you for that. And not just nonprofits, but churches, I hear today. Those are just some of my thoughts. I very much support the recommendation, and think, we just need to take, we don't want to take all the time in the world, but we need to do it right. So I do recommend that I agree with the recommendation that we put it back out to RFP. Any thoughts? Okay, Councilman Brown.